Welcome, curious minds, to another deep dive. Today, we're tackling something a bit different. We've got a stack of source material, excerpts from a novel, actually, and we're digging in to pull out the key insights for you.
Exactly. Think of us as your guides, helping you get truly well-informed on this story fast.
Yeah, maybe with a few surprising facts, maybe a little humor along the way. Keep you hooked.
Right. So our mission today is to piece together the life of Liam Samuel Nooney. His death is, well, it's mysterious, to say the least. We'll follow his daughter, Nora. She's trying to understand not just how he fell, but also this whole complex web, relationships, hidden loyalties, family history.
All the stuff that defined his life and still affects the family now.
Yeah, exactly. We're looking at how the past echoes, how even someone totally self-made like Liam is still shaped by, those really early connections.
Okay, so let's set the scene. Liam Samuel Nooney, self-made real estate guy, right?
Yeah.
Built Noon properties and resorts into this, billion-dollar empire.
Yeah. Huge. And he came from nothing, really. Brooklyn-born, only child, immigrant parents, Irish and Russian, a plumber and a bookkeeper.
Wow. And he was the first in his family to go to Yale.
First in his class, even. Then got his MBA at Columbia. Total powerhouse. He took this small hotel chain, Hayes, and just transformed it.
It paints this picture of someone really driven, almost, needing to build something massive.
Yeah.
Which makes his death even stranger.
Definitely. And that drive connects to his personal life, too, his need for escape.
How so?
Well, the first thing he did when he made his fortune, bought land way out in Carpinteria, California, far from Brooklyn.
Right, this place called Windbreak.
Exactly, a secluded beach town. It was supposed to be his refuge, his sanctuary.
Windbreak. Sounds nice, but it ends up being central to the mystery, doesn't it?
Absolutely central.
And it wasn't some huge mansion, right? It's described as, a small craftsman bungalow, 2 beds, 2 baths?
Much smaller than the neighbors, yeah. But that cliff, an 80-foot drop, he was apparently really nervous about it, especially with his kids.
And his last thought, just before he went over, better me than them. Chilling.
It really is. And the official story. The police and his own company's security looked into it. They ruled it an accident, said he slipped, rainy night, slick cliff edge, killed on impact.
Okay, neat and tidy. But that's not where the story ends, is it?
Not even close. That conclusion gets challenged almost immediately.
Right. His son, Sam, he tells Nora flat out it wasn't an accident.
Yeah, he's convinced someone helped their father over the edge.
What makes him so sure? Besides just a gut feeling.
Well, he argues their dad knew Windbreak inside and out. He wouldn't just forget where the rocks were, even on a bad night.
That makes sense.
Plus, his cell phone was missing. He definitely used it that night, but it wasn't found at the scene. Vanished.
Okay, so missing phone, a father who knew the terrain. That doesn't sound like a simple slip.
Exactly. So if not an accident, then who had a motive?
And the detective, Brian, he seems weirdly resistant.
Yeah, he kind of brushes off Sam and Nora's concerns. Seems more interested in keeping the case closed. He dismisses the phone, dismisses this jogger who was apparently there, but left before anyone talked to him.
And this is where Nora's background really comes into play, right? Her architect brain starts noticing things that feel off.
Precisely.
So tell us about Nora. She's not just Liam's daughter. She's her own person. Very accomplished.
Totally. Lives in Brooklyn, Ditmas Park, in this cool mint green Victorian house. Runs her own architecture firm out of Cobble Hill.
Self-made, like her dad in a way.
Very much so. And she does unique work. Designed a school that got written up for its neuroarchitecture, how spaces affect the brain.
Neuroarchitecture. Okay, that feels important here. Understanding unseen influences in a space. Maybe understanding the unseen influences in her father's life.
Exactly. Her whole professional skill set is about finding simple and elegant solutions, making all the disparate pieces fit together.
Like putting together a puzzle.
Right, and she applies that same logic, that same methodical approach to the mess surrounding her father's death. She sees it like an incomplete blueprint, missing pieces.
And her personal life isn't simple either, is it? There's Jack, her fiancé.
Yeah, chef. She designed his restaurant, Sheet Music, famous for some kind of strawberry sofrito pizza.
Huh, okay. And there's an ex, Elliot.
Elliot, yeah. A pediatric cardiologist. She's still close to his son, Austin. So, she has these anchors, but also distractions, complications as she's digging into all this.
And then Sam throws another wrench in the works.
Yeah.
He tells Nora that Liam left Windbreak to her in his will.
Big surprise for Nora, especially because apparently she'd kind of blown her dad off when he asked her about renovating the place earlier. Said she felt mad at him then.
So getting the house forces her to deal with her feelings about him.
Totally. Forces her to confront their complicated relationship. And that leads us into Liam's messy personal life.
3 marriages.
3 marriages, and he kept them all incredibly separate, compartmentalized. Like, he'd visit Nora and her mom on Friday nights, made an effort, but kept his worlds from colliding.
That sounds exhausting. And maybe a bit dishonest.
Well, maybe. Or maybe it points to a different kind of loyalty, a hidden one.
Ah, okay. Because Nora and Sam start digging, and they find out about Grace.
Yes, Grace. His trusted creative partner, absolutely central to the business. She was the storyteller who just got his vision.
And Liam's cousin, Joe, his best friend, he confirms it, right?
Yep.
Liam and Grace went way back.
Way back, high school. And it continued that whole time, Joe says.
Wow.
And here's the real kicker. Joe admits Liam planned to leave the company to Grace, not to his sons.
Whoa. That is huge. That changes everything for Nora and Sam, I bet.
Absolutely. And then comes the clarification for us and for Nora. Grace, the business partner. She's also Corey, Liam's first love.
But Grace is Corey. The novel uses both names.
It does. Kind of reveals the hidden past piece by piece. But yeah, one and the same person. The deepest, most lasting connection in his life.
So all those years.
All those years. He even bought an engagement ring for Grace, but it was right after meeting Corey, way back when. A gold-plated band he kept for decades.
They kept the ring.
He did. And he told Grace Corey, I'd fold up the tent if anything happened to you. He really believed he built it with her. His whole life, his empire. It was tied to her.
That completely reframes Liam, doesn't it? Not just a businessman, but someone driven by this lifelong hidden love.
It does. And Clark, the caretaker at Winbrook, he confirms it too. Said he only ever saw Liam with one woman there, Grace.
And tragically, Grace died.
Earlier that year, heart attack. Liam was, by all accounts, completely devastated, lost without her.
Okay, so now let's connect this back to the night Liam died. Because all these pieces, they must start clicking for Nora.
They do, especially when they find out about Paul Turner, Grace's
The
husband.
photographer? What about him?
He was the jogger, the one seen at the cliff that night.
No. Okay, how did he even get there?
He used the beach stairs, a path Grace had shown him. He even had the gate code. It was in her will.
So Paul Turner is at Windbreak the night Liam dies. Why?
He says he was there to scatter Grace's ashes. It was her wish. Liam wasn't even supposed to be there, apparently. He'd canceled something last minute to go to Windbreak.
So they run into each other unexpectedly.
Yeah. And they argue. Paul admits he'd been mad at Liam for years, for not choosing Grace fully, for keeping her in the shadows.
I can imagine.
But then Paul says he saw how broken Liam was. Liam actually said to him, I can't figure out how to be without her.
Wow. Just raw grief.
Incredibly raw. And in that moment, Paul, full of his own grief and anger, seeing Liam's pain, he confesses. He pushed him.
He admits he pushed him. Did he mean to kill him?
He claims he didn't, that it wasn't his intention. But it was fueled by, everything. Grief, anger, maybe even a strange kind of empathy, seeing Liam's devastation. It had fatal results. Then he panicked, thought of his pregnant daughter, and fled.
God, what a moment. So complex.
Really complex. A split-second decision fueled by decades of emotion.
And the phone. The missing phone. That makes sense now, too.
Perfectly. Joe, Liam's cousin, found it the next morning.
And he hid it. Why?
To protect Liam. To protect the story of Liam and Grace Corey. He didn't want their private life exposed.
So Nora realizes Joe wasn't acting guilty. He was grieving and protecting Liam's secret.
Exactly. She realizes she was confusing grief for guilt. Joe was being loyal.
Which brings us back to that theme, loyalty. Liam himself said something about it, didn't he?
He did. He told Corey once, fidelity is who you tell your stories to. It's not just about, romantic faithfulness in the traditional sense. It's about truly seeing someone else and sharing yourself with that person.
And Liam's true fidelity, his deepest story sharing, that was always with Grace Corey.
Always. Despite everything, all the other lives, he always came back to her. She was the one who truly saw him.
And Windbreak, that was their place.
Their sanctuary, which is why leaving it to Nora is so significant. Maybe he hopes she, another creator, another builder, would understand its meaning, maybe do something beautiful with it. Especially since, without Grace, it meant less to him.
And discovering this truth, this hidden loyalty, it changes Nora and Sam too, doesn't it?
Profoundly. Nora starts to let Jack back in. That wall she built up in her grief starts to come down. Seeing her father's hidden love maybe helps her accept love herself.
And she starts thinking about a future with Jack at Windbreak.
Yeah. Reclaiming the space, maybe. And Sam, he softens too. He admits he got carried away by his own anger and grief. He starts to actually connect with Nora, understand the complicated legacy they share.
So the hidden truth kind of heals them in a way, brings them closer.
It seems like it. Unearthing the past allows them to move forward.
Wow. This whole deep dive, it just shows how one event, one fall, can unravel decades of secrets, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Liam's fall wasn't just physical. It was like the culmination of a whole lifetime of choices, hidden love, deep loyalties. It reminds you, doesn't it, that behind every public face, there are usually these really complex private histories.
It really makes you wonder, if fidelity is who you tell your stories to, well, who are you really showing yourself to? What are the stories you're holding close?
And maybe think about this. What parts of your own past, maybe the messy parts, the unfixed parts, how might they still be shaping your decisions right now, maybe in ways you don't even realize?
Lots to think about. Keep exploring, keep questioning, folks, and keep digging deeper. You never know what you might uncover next.